Val Nichols here, coming at you live this morning. I am so incredibly pumped. Today, we are going to be sharing a story of transformation from a woman that is going to show you and share with you that transformation is absolutely possible for you. I am so incredibly excited to share this interview with you guys. This is a woman who I met several years ago. We were connected. She found me online, and I got the privilege and the pleasure of working with her, and she's going to share with you an amazing story, because when she was talking with me, we connected on a phone call, and she was sharing these things that had happened for her, and I was like, we cannot just let this pass. We need to share this with the world, because this is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And you guys, I don't want to share too much of her story, because you're going to hear it and you're going to know in your heart that no matter where you're at, transformation is absolutely 100% possible for you. So good morning, good morning. I know that I saw Miss Lori on here today. Facebook has decided to not let me know who's popping on. So if you're on, say hi so that I can get to know you, connect with you. Let me know what has been your biggest takeaway so far in this entire series. I cannot believe it has been 22 days since we started the Women of Wealth and Worth Summit. It's so incredible. My heart is full. So I would love to connect with you. If you've been watching on replay, put hashtag replay just so I can connect with you and get to know you. So with no further ado, I would love to introduce our guest. Her name is Anna, and she is one incredible woman. Let me bring her up here, and here we go.
Every little aspect of my life just opened up and improved. The coffee tasted better, the sky was brighter, the roses smelled sweeter. Everything was just so different.
Nichols coming at you live here from beautiful Central Oregon, where it is amazing and sunny and bright. And today you are in for an amazing treat. I want to welcome you. And today I have an amazing woman. Her name is Anna. She is a body image coach. So she is all about, accepting and loving and embracing who you are, exactly who you are, exactly in the body that you have. She is an amazing woman who began working with me. I think she came into a program of mine back in March. And what happened is she signed up for another one of my programs, and through that, so she has gone through such an amazing transformation. And the reason why I wanted to bring her on here today to talk to you guys is because we were on a conversation last week. I think it was last week. And she had this amazing story. It was just so empowering. She had such an amazing message to share. And I just thought, there is no way that we can allow this beautiful woman to go through such an amazing transformation and have such a beautiful story without jumping on here and sharing it with all of you guys. Hi.
I'll try not to move my phone too much.
So Anna, tell us a little bit about you. I shared a little bit that you are a body image coach and that you help women to really love and embrace who they are. Tell us a little bit about you.
That I am a body image coach, and basically learning how to love yourself and forgive yourself, following who you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to, your dream, your passion. One thing that I was telling somebody, that whatever your dreams, your goals, anything that comes up, even if they seem crazy, that's your inner goddess coming out and saying, this is what you're supposed to do. So that's what I'm all about, is finding who you really are and going that path.
That's beautiful. That's so true. And I know that, that inner goddess, I love that, because there's that inner pull, there's always that nudge where you feel like you're called to something deeper. And I love that you talked about being in transition, because I started getting into it a little bit, but the transition you personally have gone through has been so amazing, and it was so beautiful talking with you. A couple weeks ago, you guys, just to fill you in, we were on a call for one of my programs, the Women of Wealth and Worth, and Anna starts in on her story and talking about this new human, this new goddess that has evolved, and I was just like, who is this woman? Because I've known you since like March. At least you've been in programs of mine since about March. And just watching the transformation of what's happened in your life, just, I mean, even in the most recent weeks, is beautiful. And I didn't want to not share this with it because it's such a beautiful transformation. So what is what's encouraging you to, what's your pull in going more from body image to empowerment? Like, what is your draw in that?
Well, a lot of it is the body image is very important, but that's more of your physicalness. And as we all know, our bodies change all the
Mm,
time, drastically sometimes. And if you have inner self-love of yourself and you accept yourself, no matter what your
mm,
body looks like, you'll love. And so that is where I'm coming from. It's more of an empowerment of your soul, of who you are.
mm,
And that's why you accept everything. And like I was telling you in the call we had a couple weeks ago, I did go through Women of Wealth in March, and I just kind of dipped my toes in. I didn't do the work,
mm-hmm,
and it didn't work for me because I wasn't all in. This time around, I was like, I'm going to be all in. I'm going to do it. And I've been doing the work. And like I was telling my wife, it's very physically simple things and not very time consuming things. And that has changed everything, my whole outlook on everything. And
mm.
I want to share that with as many people as I can.
That, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry again. That is so beautiful because I think there's a lot of women that can really, I mean, women everywhere that can resonate with that feeling of not being all in. And I think that really that holds back a lot of women, when they're, even if they do commit to something, like you had purchased the program and you were in it, but not quite being all in. That commitment piece of just deciding and just doing it and facing the things that sometimes are hard, because sometimes even that self-love and compassion can be hard for women. I'm sure it's hard for men too, but for women especially, it's hard. um so tell me a little bit about how you were able to walk through that.
It was hard. I mean, it really was because I have things in my past and things that's happened to me, and I was letting all that drag me down. And I finally got tired of it. I got tired
Mm,
of being upset. I got tired of being sad and being broke and being broken. And I realized, going through this work, I realized that me holding on to all that, what happened to me, it doesn't change it. It's still
mm,
there. It doesn't change it. The people involved, they have, with me holding on to it and the resentment and everything else, it doesn't affect them at all. It was
mm.
affecting me. And I got to the point where I was like, I'm better than this. I'm a survivor, and started doing the work, and I let it go. But since after it's all gone, I'm free.
Mm.
That's the best way I can put it. I'm free from it. It's gone.
I love that. There's so much power in that. What I hear in that is acceptance and then surrender. Like
Hmm.
when there's so much freedom when you finally surrender to what is holding you back. Because our stories are very similar in that. Details may be different, but very, very similar in that when you hold on to something and it's not hurting that other person.
No,
It's
not at
not.
all.
The release of that and be able to move forward, I know, is such a powerful thing. can you describe after that happened, what was life like? Like, you know, you described what it was like before. So after that release and you had that freedom, describe what that feels like, if you can put that in words.
It's weird because before then it was really hot and miserable, but afterwards it was like, it was enjoyable. It's weird because every little aspect changed. My relationship with my wife, she's not a smiley
Mm.
person. She's just not. She smiles and laughs now.
Aw.
She didn't do the work, I did it. But me doing it affected her. My daughter, her relationship is a lot better. And she's
Wow.
not as catty as she can be. She's 15. So, she's that's improved. The relationship between my daughter and my wife has improved. My relationship with my dogs has improved because I'm more patient with them. Every little aspect of my life just opened up and improved.
Mhm.
The coffee tasted better, the sky was brighter, the
Mhm.
roses smelled sweeter. Everything was just so different. It's
Oh,
really hard to explain.
I love that. And I know that feeling you're talking about where nothing outside of yourself has changed, but everything has changed. It's like,
Exactly.
it's almost like you get this new pair of glasses to look out of, or you get this new filter which you're seeing the world, and all of a sudden things are different.
Hmm.
Things are different. I love that. And how is that with your self-worth? Like, your own self-worth, how you carry yourself, how you view yourself, like how has that changed?
It's changed so much
Oh.
because I've always had problems with my body image. I've always had problems with how I look. And I was always overly concerned with all that. Even when I was a police officer and my most fit ever, I thought I was fat. When I went to prom and when I was a senior, I thought I was fat. All these things. And I'm actually bigger now than I've ever been in my life. But it doesn't bother me. It's something that I'm going to change about I'm going to work on as for improvement. But if it happens tomorrow or if it happens 5 years from now, it's no different to me because
Mm.
I accept my physical body, just like I said, accept my inner goddess.
I love that you said that because I feel like so many women will put their lives off until they're at a certain weight. You know, I'm sure you probably hear this all the time, but they're like, when I get to this weight, then I'll go on that cruise. Or when I get to this weight, then I'll go buy new clothes or whatever. What would you say to that woman right now?
It's not going to happen. If you get to that weight, you're not going to go on the cruise because then there'll be another weight you need to get to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen. You have to accept who you are right now in this body,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to accept it and respect it and forgive it and forgive yourself because your body is with you your entire life and is your best friend. So, and I was like that. I was, once I lose this much weight, I'm gonna do this or whatever. And it doesn't happen. Like last
Mm-hmm.
year when my family went to the lake, I had a two-piece swimsuit and I covered up the entire time. This
Mm-hmm.
year I'm a little bit bigger than I was last year, same swimsuit, and I didn't cover up at all. I strutted
Yeah.
myself. And I was more confident. And that's what it is. You have to have it's inner work. It's
Mm-hmm.
all inner work.
Oh my goodness, your message is so beautiful. I love it. Because I think that, you know, so many women are waiting for, you talked about like not, you know, when you hit that number, it's not going to be good enough. and then you'll have a new number you want to hit, and then so you never really get there. And I think that that's so common in, weight or business or whatever it is. People can hold themselves back thinking that as soon as they get this, as soon as they get to this point, then they'll jump. And in that, you yourself, in the work you've done, you went all in. What gave you the courage to do that?
I was tired of being mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
I was, and I've told you this before several times. I know I'm meant to be something. I know it, and I've always known that. And there was a time that I kind of shut that part of myself up and said, just shut up, go away. But after doing this work, I realized, no, I am meant to be something. I am worth it. And the only way I can do it is by going all in. There's no plan B.
I love that. And you did experience that. I remember you said that the first time you went through the Women of Wealth and Worth program, you didn't really commit. But then this time you went all in. That such a powerful message, such a powerful message that, I'll compare this to business because I'm a business coach, but, a lot of the women I work with, they will just not go all in their business, or, they'll kind of give themselves their one foot in the door, one foot out of the door. And that's a really, it's a really uncomfortable place because then you're in indecision and you're not really making a decision. If someone here is watching, I feel like we need to touch on this. If someone is watching and maybe they're in that place where they're one foot in, one foot out in whatever it is that they're doing, if it's their weight loss, if it's their, accepting their body, if it's their business, whatever it is, what advice would you give them as far as somewhere to start, to just start trusting yourself or going all in?
For me, I think that meditation is the most important thing. And that's actually going to be one of my programs that I'm working on this week, and I'm going to release is meditation, because there are so many negative connotations toward meditation. A lot of people think, oh, I can't do this. I can't sit. I mean, find your inner stillness. Give your monkey brain something to do by counting your breaths, or, mala beads are wonderful. Something like that. And find your stillness. Once you find your inner stillness, that is when your inner goddess speaks. And then when she does, you better listen to her. So that's the biggest piece of advice I'd give anybody.
It sounds like a lot of your messaging, your empowerment is that connection to the inner goddess. Where in your life, having been a police officer, where I'm sure, they're not talking about inner goddesses and meditating and, going within and accepting your body, like, where did that start? Like, where did this all come from? Like, what got you into going into your, this work?
Well, I've always been, I've, for probably about 10 years now, I've been doing yoga. Well, I say, back then I said doing yoga. Now I say I practice yoga, because it is a practice. And that is actually what started me in meditation, because if anybody knows anything about yoga and meditation really go hand in hand. So, I thought, well, I like yoga, I might as well try this meditation thing out. And it was hard at first. It was really hard because I had the misconception that you had to do all this perfect stuff all the time. When I was a police officer, my sergeant was actually big on meditating and yoga, and he was Buddhist. A Buddhist cop. Weird, I know, but
cool.
So, he, a lot of what he talked about kind of got me into it, because I saw he was always just so happy all the time, annoyingly so sometimes. So that kind of what started me looking into that. And then when I was diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome, I couldn't be a cop anymore. So I had to find another avenue to help people, because I've always known that I've meant to help people. So I guess in a roundabout way, that's where it all came from.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Where, after you got that diagnosis and you realized you couldn't do that anymore, where did you get the courage to start over again?
At first, I didn't. At first, I gave
Mm.
up. I mean, for probably 2 years, I gave up and I did nothing. I didn't practice yoga. I didn't do anything. And I just had a dream one night to where my inner goddess was like, okay, it's time to wake up. You've had your nap, get up. And it was kind of, I don't know if you've ever watched NCIS, but Gibbs
Hmm.
smacking the nose on the back of the head. That's kind of like
Oh
what it
yeah.
was with me. And that's what gave me the courage is I finally just woke up and it's like, this is not who I am. And it's been a long road back.
Wow. I think so many people can resonate with that message. I love that you talked about that. And thank you for being so raw and vulnerable. That is amazing. So when you say that, like discovering who I am. So who is Anna?
I am an empowered
Mm.
vision of my inner goddess.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That is I am seriously, I'm blown away, you guys. I mean, I am blown away by the woman that is in front of me right now. You have just come alive. You've awakened. You've blossomed like into this flower, and now you're just showing off, girl. I'm bragging on you. That's me bragging on you. But seriously, you have blossomed into this just amazing, empowered. I think those are the perfect words to describe you. Just incredible, incredible woman. And I am so honored that we got to have you on here today and hear a little bit about your story. So if anyone watching wants to get connected with you, how do they get connected with you?
I do have a Facebook page, a business page. It's Anna Spirit Mind Body.
Awesome. So they can connect with you that way. Well, thank you so much, Anna. Again, I am just so grateful for you and for knowing you and for Facebook for putting us in contact with each other and just being able to share this space with you and having you share your story of empowerment and how you've gotten to where you are today. So thank you so much for coming on here.
Well, thank you for having me, and also I'm so grateful for you because
Aw.
you helped this transformation. You helped bring it about, and I don't know where I'd be if I had never found your tribe. So
I'm
I
gonna cry.
am so grateful for you every day.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. When did I become such a girl? Now I'm crying again. Well, thank you, Anna and Tribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Anna, I love you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I had the mic off. So I am so in love with Anna's transformation story. What were your guys' takeaways? I know that Lori was saying that it really helped. She really liked it. So, yeah, what were your takeaways? What did you get out of that? What were you hearing that really just like inspired you? And let me share with you that, this is Anna's story. And this is a woman who came and she was very like meek, very held back, very withdrawn. The first time she went through my Woman of Wealth and Worth program, she didn't even show up. Like, I think I saw her once during the entire program. She wasn't committed. She didn't want to do the work. And then she did it. And like, boom, the transformation was incredible. So I want to share with you guys a couple of tips that I would just encourage you, if you're inspired by this story, and if you're like Anna and you feel that call that you were created for something more, and maybe you experienced something like she did in her life where you realize, you're just like sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and you know that it needs to be a change, or you want to change, you feel that call to just step out and, be bigger and do the things and do the deal and do all the things. Like, I want to encourage you to just dream a little bigger. If there's anything you can take away from this entire summit, like dream a little bigger. Put the realistic to the side and allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to dream. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a gentleman. His name is Walt Disney. You might have heard of him, maybe not. But he had this thing where he wouldn't allow any of his employees to do anything, like make any decisions without going into what he called the dream room. And they would just sit in there, and nobody was allowed to, have their realistic, have their like logical brains in action. They just would sit in this room and they would dream, and they would dream up all of these creations, and they would just like throw caution to the wind and like just, dream and vision and do all these things. And, here's what I see women do, women entrepreneurs. I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs, and here's what happens a lot of times is we are allowing our quote unquote failures to dictate our vision and our decisions about our life, who we are, and what is possible. Have you ever allowed your quote unquote failures to dictate what you believe is possible for you today? What ends up happening is negative beliefs that we pick up on, negative beliefs that we think are true, end up dictating the decisions and what we believe is possible for us today. And a lot of these women come to me, and the idea of making 6 figures or 7 figures in the year in their businesses just seems so far away, just seems so unfathomable, seems like so far out of the realm of possibility that they may not see it. And, in my Woman of Wealth and Worth program, they get to open up, and when they work with me one-on-one, they get to open up, they get to get so much clarity by dreaming, by being able to see that, anything is possible, by having an expander in their life, someone that holds space. They get to actually believe it is possible. And when you have that little teeny belief that it is possible, and you can like grow that and expand it and stretch it and go way beyond your wildest dreams, go way beyond what you believe is possible, go way beyond what you believe is in the realm of possibility for you, suddenly it seems more and more doable each and every single day. So as I leave you today, I want you to take the time today to allow yourself to do exactly what Walt Disney inspired his employees to do. That's to go into the room where all things are possible. Go into the dream room and believe and dream and think about, no matter where you're at in your life, if you have 200 years left, if you have 2 years left, whatever it is, you have life left to live. If you woke up this morning and you're 6 feet above ground, then, you're not done. I want you to step in your vision, step fully into it, dream bigger, dream bolder, dream audaciously. Allow yourself to dream again, just like God told me back in February of 2018 when I restarted my company and created the vision that today is now, what it is today. I want you to dream bigger. Take those things off the shelf that you've put up there that are collecting dust. That business you were going to start, that book you were going to write, that thing you were going to do, whatever it is, believing in yourself. Whatever that dream is, I want you to take it off the shelf. I want you to dust off the cover. I want you to open up that book and start writing. Because all of this is possible. You just saw someone who transformed like that. You saw someone who showed up, did the work, opened the book, started writing. And for you, all things are possible if you just allow yourself to dream. Ladies, I'll leave you with that. Let me just end with a real quick drawing for you guys. And this is so, you guys, we are heading toward the very end with much sadness and a heavy heart. I have been so in love with this summit. This is my favorite summit I've ever done, and I've had some pretty freaking amazing summits, but this is by far my favorite one I've done. And you guys have created that. You've co-created that with me. We've stood shoulder to shoulder together, and we've created this together. So tomorrow I'm going to have a replay day. Since we're not going to go through Sunday, I'm going to have a replay day. I'll pop in here real quick if you guys want to join me live. I could do some like Q&A, some hot seat coaching on anything you guys have heard. So bring your questions, bring your visions. I'll come on tomorrow at 11 a.m. because I do have my, I have a client at 10. So I'll come in here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. So whatever time that is for you, if you guys want to hop in and ask some questions, you know, just, I'm an open book. So ask me whatever. I would love to just chat with you. And then on Friday, we are going to have a celebration call where we are going to celebrate everything, every beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, wonderful, incredible moment that has happened in this entire summit. So ladies, let me just end with this. I'm going to be doing another bath bomb because that's what I love to give out. This is a Charming Cherry Blossom Bath Bomb. It's called More Than Magic. It's the Charming Cherry Bath Bomb. I'm going to draw this for this, and then on Friday when we do our celebration call, I'm going to have some other giveaways that are going to be gorgeous and beautiful. So the winner today is Samantha Quinton. You are our winner today, lovely girl. So send me your address and I'm going to mail that to you. And ladies, I'm going to send out an invitation for Friday because this is going to be big. I don't want you to miss it. It's going to be gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, all the things. It's going to be so high vibe. If you think that like this has been high vibe, just wait till Friday. It's going to be amazing. And I have a special announcement for you as well for the ladies who've been participating in this gorgeous, beautiful Women of Wealth and Worth Summit. You guys, I cannot believe that we're toward the end. If you've loved this, please give me a shout out. Let me know how much, like what you've gotten from it. I would love to hear your testimonial, anything like that. I would just love to hear that because I do this to make a difference in your life. I gifted this to you guys to make a difference for you. So I love you ladies. I have a client this afternoon and a group coaching program going on, but I will be in here interacting with you, connecting with you. I love you so much. Mwah. Go out and dream big, ladies. Dream big, dream wild, because you're worth it. You're wealthy, you're worthy, and you are still loved. Mwah. Bye.